Welcome back. You got birdies making noise. I guess now I investigate this place. Oh, you again. Hi. A simple, certainly built wall. I wonder if it was the work of the prisoners. Somebody left a bunch of tools lying around. There's a long piece of rope and a pretty heavy-looking weight. Let's see, it weighs 30 pounds. Oh, and there's some pulleys, too. Okay, could you stop touching everything in sight? To be fair, she has gloves on, so that's fine. Ah, come on, it's not like I was going to take anything. What exactly were they being used for, I wonder? This is how we escape. Okay, so I can't go on the stage. This must be the stage for the show. Do you think people would be interested in a great thieving show? I'm sure the police would be very eager to attend. Regina Berry. If you're the head of the animal taming department, you must be Mr. Saint's boss. That's right, my dad founded the Berry Big Circus, but he passed away. He was murdered. I'm sorry to hear that. But we have a new ringmaster now, and he's made the circus bigger and better than ever. He's such a nice man, and he was a good friend of my dad's, too. Ah, that's great, lucky you. I know, right? It was his idea to set up departments like animal taming, magic, and ventriloquy. Only animal taming and ventriloquy have more than one person right now, though. But the Very Big Circus is getting bigger and better day by day. Sounds like you guys are really going places. They're getting on well, I'll leave them to it. Can you tell me about the show? Oh, it's a wonderful thing. It even has a story. And not just any story, it's a love story. Isn't that dreamy? It sounds like a regular riot. So who's the star of the show? Let me guess, you? No, silly, that would be Azia. And she falls in love with none other than Regent the Tiger. It's a heart-rending saga of forbidden interspecies romance. Whoa, Nell, I'm Nelly. Whoa, me. I've heard of odd couples, but that takes the biscuit. And that's not all, there's a love triangle too, it's so romantic. That sounds pretty incredible, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? So the elephant is the heroine? I suppose is the first time for everything? And who's the third wheel? Oh, that would be the big old meanie who tries to tear our star-crust lovers apart. Ooh, what animal do you think it is, Mr. Edgeworth? Given that it's a circus, perhaps a lion? I think a raven would be cool, like the Yatagarasu. Hehe, nope. It's a sneaky monkey. That's certainly lowered the stakes. Oh, you mean money, right? Nope, again, the role of the monkey is played by Ah, fuck. Money's far too small to play against Azia and Regent, silly. Anyway, the evil villain tries to tear Azia and Regent apart. What will become of those fated twosome? It's so exciting to see. Wow, it sure is. So Mr. Saint was more than just a little helper, he claims to be. Poor Simeon, it'd be terrible if he couldn't perform with us anymore. Can you tell me about how you set things up for the performance? Oh, that's not really my area. Simeon took care of all of the lifting and carrying. He's such a sweetie, he offered to do everything by telling me to concentrate on the show. I did see him doing something near that well, though. A well? I recall seeing one behind the stage. I should examine it in more detail. Should have seen him moving those huge cages around all by himself. He's a total hero. Yeah, it sounds like something he would do. Weeping all the while. He was going back and forth between the yard here and some sort of workshop with all the equipment. The prison gave us special permission to use it for storage. But he was the only one who went down there, so I don't know much more than that. The workshop must be the one where Knight's body was found. I guess this confirms that Mr. Saint was the only performer to have gone into Workshop A. Well, this sucks. All we're getting is information that works against us. You have to help Simeon, Mr. Attorney. We're all counting on you. Just leave it to us. He may not look it, but Mr. Edgeworth knows how to get things done. And what exactly is he may not look it supposed to mean? Alright. What what else we got here? This door appears to be locked. Want me to open it? Can't guarantee anything, but I'll certainly give it a try. No, if we deem it necessary, we'll simply ask for the key. Spoil sport, that could have been my chance to shine. You're free to shine somewhere else, but you'll not make an audience out of me. An Asian elephant named Azia, and one of the Berry Big Circus's many animals. She certainly seems very fond of petting humans based on what we've seen. Well, most humans. You can't just glare at her like that, Mr. Edgeworth. She'll think you're trying to show her who's boss. Are you telling me she thinks I'm one of her kind? No, just that she respects you, I guess. How comforting. Danger, high voltage. I never saw one of these in real life. Hey, that must be the fabulous garden outside the warden's office over there. Ah yes, Warden Lagarde mentioned being able to see it from her window in the detention center side. Wait, where am I? Oh, the yard right there. Yeah. Wish this dumb barbed metal fence wasn't in the way, though. I thought it was all one big yard. Given how protective the warden seemed of her little bit of earth, I imagine it's to keep riffraff like us out. There you are. Now what? Ah, warden. Regina, cupcake. Oh, Warden Laguarde. I've been simply dying to sit you down for a chat, you exquisite little thing. I really want... Alright, I'm gonna take a very, very long shot at the dark. At some point, the warden's gonna take off this jacket, and it's actually gonna be a bunch of smaller foxes. Like, each color band is gonna be like a fox. So like, a dark brown fox, a light brown fox, a dark brown fox, a light brown fox, a dark brown fox, a light brown fox, and then the white fox wrapped around her neck. I highly doubt I'm right. If I'm right, I swear I didn't look it up. But that thought just occurred to me when she walked in with the giant jacket and the fox around her neck. The prison. Do you mind if I ask a little bit about the prison? Oh, not at all. This place is my pride and joy, my home. Sure, it was a prison when I first arrived, but it was awful, an utter disgrace. Awful? I suppose you mean the prisoners were unruly? I most certainly do not. They're angels, every one of them, and they always have been. No, it was the ambience that was awful. I fretted, I brooded, and then it all hit me. The animals. If anyone could brighten up this place, it was them. It is nice having them around. Isn't it just? And now look at my fabulous little family. Why, my darling Frankie is the very picture of rehabilitation. Except when he's rifling through dead man's pockets. We have so many success stories among the family, but darling Frankie really is a marvel. He's throwing himself into his vocational training, and is always the first to volunteer for everything. What, and your other model prisoners don't do that? Hmm? Oh, of course they do, my dear, of course. They're all such triers, such doers. It's just that Frankie, let's just say he knows what's good for him. What exactly does she mean by that? Anyway, he's a very good boy, so do try to be nice to him, won't you? Loud soaring music, great leaping animals, the Berry Big Circus truly has it all. And everybody who comes here gets to see it once a month. Really? In that case, let me see. She better not be thinking of something to confess to. This monthly show, is it always performed by the Berry Big Circus? But of course, sweetie, I'm Regina's biggest fan. That girl's my little princess, my superstar. She's so wonderfully talented, yes she is, yes she is. And she's so adorable, so sweet, I could just gobble her right up. You're not lying when you say you're her biggest fan, huh? Which is why I'm worried about her, so worried. It's all because of poor Simeon, you see. If he's found guilty, why, darling Regina will be devastated. So you simply must make sure that doesn't happen, Mr. Lawyer, please, I'm begging you. If there's anything I can do to help you clear up this awful misunderstanding, you let me know. Alright. Well, now what? I don't have any cues. You're still here. Do you have any information for me? Ah, Mr. Attorney, sir. How are you today, if you don't mind me asking? Today, we just talked to you earlier, Mr. Sod. Oh heavens, I do apologize. Ever since I came to call this place home, I've been working on my interpersonal skills, you see, in order to be as annoying as possible. I'm currently helping out with the circus show's stage teardown and cleanup. But if you have need of me, I'll do my utmost to help. I'm just chipping in and doing what I can, model prisoner that I am. Yes, my stay in this prison has seen me reborn. The Frank Sod you see before you is a changed man. A changed man who now targets the recently deceased? No, you misunderstand. That was just a moment of madness. A moment of madness? You're a disgrace to all thieves everywhere. You're right, of course, I can't deny it. I still have a long way to go. As a thief? Anyway, as you can see, I have a shiny new bracelet now. So it's the straight and narrow for me, like I say, I'm a model prisoner. Not that a real model prisoner would need to keep telling me that. I'm doing everything I can to prepare for my eventual return to society. Yeah, you even skipped the show to focus on your training, didn't you? That's right, only 2 inmates were absent. Sod and Canis. Why didn't you tell us about Mr. Canis sooner? Ah, that. Look, I don't think there's an inmate in this prison who'd talk about him as if they didn't have to. He's... well, you could say he's the real one in charge around here. You didn't hear it from me, but, well, I guess it comes with being the fixer. The fixer? Yes, anything you need, he can get it for you. But how does he get away with it? I'm not sure, but he's the only one who does. I heard he has a secret way of getting things into the facility. I imagine being the fixer affords Canis certain privileges. Not that I concern myself with such things anymore, of course. I'm far more interested in perfecting my mud pack application technique. What are these mud packs exactly? They're a special type of mud treatment, rich with minerals. It works wonders on their coats. After practicing on the animals here in the prison, I hope to treat them all eventually. Speaking of mud, that reminds me of a certain piece of evidence. Maybe I should try pressing it to him. Do I have mud on me? Ah, stained with blood and mud. That's the rubber glove I dropped. Would you care to explain why it's so dirty? Oh, of course, that's mud from one of our pet treatments I've been practicing. I was giving one of the animals a mud pack right when the incident happened. I see, around what time would this have been? Let's see, the show had already started, so around 9 AM perhaps? The thing is, the more mud I applied, the more in the zone I got, and the darker the animal's fur became. There's no trance quite like the trance one enters when one slathers an animal with thick black mud. I think the stress of prison might be getting to him. Also bloodstained. Of course, it's all thanks to the warden that we have access to such wonderful distractions. I'm eternally grateful, truly I am. Regina, darling, you put on the most splendid show for us yet again. The stage, the stars, and you in particular, my princess. It was simply divine. That poor fox is getting suffocated. Hee, that's so nice of you. I hope everybody else who watched it enjoyed it too. About that, dear, I'm afraid I have something awful to confess. There were some absences, you see. She must mean Canis and Sod. We were 3 members short. Unbelievable, I know. How will you ever forgive me? I'm sorry, but you're saying 3 inmates didn't attend the show? That's right, sweetie. I counted the seats myself. 1, 2, 3 no-shows. And I always make sure there are enough seats for everybody. But Mr. Edgeworth, that's not right, is it? Indeed, as far as we were aware, Mr. Canis and Mr. Sod were the only ones not present. This doesn't add up. Who is the 3rd missing person, and what were they doing? It seems we need to investigate further. Oh, I was enjoying my chat with dear Regina so much I almost forgot. I must feed the little one. Little one? Yikes. Alligator! You're looking as adorable as always, Allie, my sweet. Aw, she's so pretty, and what a cute name. Yes, Allie the alligator, isn't she a darling? She's my favorite, aren't you? Yes, you are. I'm so jealous, can I pet her? Of course, princess, of course. Boy howdy, these two were made for one another. Look like they'll be busy for a while. Maybe we should, go back inside the prison and check the cells? Yes, let's. Perhaps we can find a clue there as to who our third missing prisoner might be. Sir, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Ooh, I finally caught up with you. Detective, you're not needed elsewhere? No, the judge and the kid aren't here yet. Oh, and I got your message. So you searched the victim's cell? Did you manage to turn anything up? We struck gold, sir. Well, blood anyway. It was right there on the floor. Only in tiny specks, though, but at least it's something. Yeah, it proves that the holding cell was the scene of the crime, right? Not quite. It proves a possibility, but it's not quite conclusive yet. I thought you'd say that, sir, which is why I ordered some follow-up work. I asked forensics to analyze the blood and see if it matches the victims. They're on it as we speak. Nice work, Gummy. You thought of everything. Detective, I must say I'm impressed. Did you hit your head or something? Gee, you don't look so surprised, sir. I just hope things continue to go in our favor. Alright, so yeah, that is indeed blood. Alrighty, so that's proof that the murder happened in the detention center, and for our next trick, we'll find out how the dog got over there. Don't worry, you can leave that one to me. Until the kid and his chaperone get here, we've got the whole prison to ourselves. Which is why I brought my secret weapons along. Secret weapons? That's right, a few tools of the trade that have helped me bust more than a few cases wide open. Behold, the 7 secret weapons of Dick Gumshoe, Ace Detective Extraordinaire. Well, I don't know about you or Crazy Cards, but I'm sold. Miles? Oh, Crazy Cats. Very well, Detective. We'll try using your secret weapons. You got it, sir. Let me run you through the list. Secret weapon number 1. My trusty old metal detector. If it's made of steel, silver, or scrap, this little guy right here will find it. So it detects metal. Very good, Detective. Next up, secret weapon number 2. Missile. Everyone's favorite crime-fighting canine. He can track pretty much any scent you put in front of him, especially food. He sure is a lot cuter than Mr. Canis's dog. Secret weapon number 3. Where'd I put it? Aha! Am I one snapper short of a school, or is that a fishing rod? Don't tell me we're going fishing for clues. Oh no, I mean, I just happen to have it with me, that's all. I see. Well, onwards and upwards, Detective. Let's see what else you have. That's all she wrote, sir. Got me. You're 4 secret weapons short of your so-called 7, and one of them was a fishing rod. Sorry, but that's all for today. Okay, I'll, show you the rest next time. Why do you think I call them secret? Guy can't just go sharing everything at once, that's crazy. In that case, then I suppose the 3 you've designed to reveal to us will have to do for now. Alright, which one do you want to try, sir? I mean, the dog's probably the most useful one, right? You got it, sir. Hey, Missile, here, boy! Aw, he really came. So what are we tracking? We're trying to find out how Mr. Canis's dog got to the holding cells in the first place. I suspect the same route was used to bring Knight's body back to the prison. So we give the pooch a sniff of the body, and he'll find that route for us. Does anyone else smell something sweet? All I smell is the odor of blood. It's faint, sir, but it's there. Almost like cake, maybe? Why would the body smell of cake? Oh, Missile, get a noseful. Here we go, follow that dog, as he leads us to cake. That's the way to... He's headed for maximum security. Uh-oh, he's going in. Then we'll just have to follow after him. Where's home, dude? This is Canis's cell, though the man himself is absent, it seems. Is he meeting with someone in the visitor's room? Do you think Missile's onto something? Shh, Look, maybe he is. Angry doggy. Is there something here? Let's get snooping, Edgeworth. Are you smelling the food? Tea and rice crackers. Mr. Canis clearly doesn't lack for comforts. I can think of worse ways to spend my time in jail than drinking tea and playing chess. And I thought this was maximum security, not maximum comfort. How come nobody else gets the special treatment? Complaining to me isn't gonna help. Perhaps you would take it up with the man himself. Yikes, no thanks. Look, Mr. Edgeworth, that chisel on the floor is a bit smaller than the others. I'm no woodworker, but perhaps it's an all-purpose one that can be used in a pinch, regardless of the type of the job. An all-purpose pocket chisel makes sense. Always nice when the tools are useful and easy to carry. Is that your opinion as a thief? Nope, it's my opinion as a great thief. I walked into that one. The tools. Mr. Canis's chisel, every one a potent murder weapon. Heh, that reminds me of something. The furrows in your brow, when you frown, it looks like somebody took a chisel to your forehead. I have no idea what you mean. See? They're so deep. Don't tell me you don't see it, Mr. Wood-carving face. Have you quite finished? Mr. Canis's chess set, complete with a special dog piece. That's not a chess set, that's a whole chess table with legs. Look, it might be worth something, too. It's not inconceivable, some of them are, and this is quite a nice one. I never would have pegged Mr. Canis as a chess fan, though. What, with the whole Eastern aesthetic he's got going on? I thought he'd be more into Go. Go, huh? Can you play? I can play Go Fish. Not the same thing, Kay. Not even close. Doggy. Hmm? What's the matter, boy? Wait. Is this cake what you were after? Whoa, down, boy. Stop that. No, you can't have it. Dogs can't eat chocolate, you know that. If you won't behave, I'll just have to eat it myself. Not bad. That's some real outside the chocolate box thinking there. Not sure everybody agrees, though. Gummy, I wanted some. Daring of you to both assume the food in the prison is safe to eat. Well, daring or dumb. So anyway, it looks like it really was cake Missile was tracking. Talk about a waste of time. Well, I mean, not really. Because they smelled cake in the other, like, why was there cake in the workshop? I'm trying to think of, like, if you could use the cake as, like, a scent for the dog to follow. But how would the dog have gone to the dude's cell if there was no cake there? Talk about a waste of time. I suppose we got our just desserts. The little guy's definitely capable, right? Sure he is. This was just a blip. He'll follow the right scent this time, I promise. Seek, boy. Wolf, wolf, wolf. Oh, I think he's onto something. Whatever it is, it's in there. Mr. Carcerato's cell. We'll need to take a look inside. Detective, call the guard. Yes, sir. Thank you, officer. A question before we begin. Is the prisoner, Mr. Carrasco, still in solitary? No, sir. He came back a little while ago, and he was here for the noon roll call. Guess he must be on work duty someplace. I see. Now, if you would be so kind as to open his cell. Yes, sir. Aw, he punches the warden. This punching bag has certainly seen some use. Wolf, wolf, wolf. Hee hee, what breed were you again, Missile? Sure it wasn't a boxer? Ba-dum-tsh. Hee hee, no way. No way indeed. Quickly, detective, move the sandbag aside. Yes, sir. Ah. Oh, is that why he's got to lose weight? So he can fit in the hole? A hole, could this be... Whoa there, wait, missile! I'm going in too. Wait, stop! Sir, I'll go get her. Oof, that's tight. Shouldn't have eaten that cake. He's gone! Okay, maybe he doesn't need to lose weight if Gummy fits down there. Well, I'm not going in there. Guess we'll just have to wait. Guard, you seem very calm with the fact that there's a hole in the prisoner cell. Hello? Kay? Are you alright? You're not going to believe this, but we're in the detention center. The detention center? That hole, it's a tunnel that leads right to Mr. Knight's cell. What? Don't go anywhere, I'm on my way. Interesting. So it wasn't an escape, it leads here. Kay! Hey there, Mr. Edgeworth. Guess you could say we made a breakthrough. Quite. At least they came out unscathed, I think. Sir, the floorboards under the bed were torn up. How the fuck did no one find that? I can understand the other dude's cell, because A, you have no reason to search it. B, he's got a punching bag thingy on top of it. But this is just there. Weren't you searching this place for, like, the blood and stuff? How did you not find this? It's right next to the blood. So that's how they did it. There's no doubt about it. This must be the route we've been looking for. The corridor connecting the detention center and the prison is locked down by heavy security doors, but with the help of this tunnel it can be circumvented. It was a sweet scent that started this whole search. Could it be that the scent was in fact coming from Knight's body after all? Maybe? I'm still trying to figure out how to connect the scent, the dog, and the tunnel. Incidentally, Knight's body was covered in dirt that might have been coming from being dragged through this tunnel. Kay, what was it like down there? Well, it was pitch black, so I couldn't see a whole lot. Luckily, my camera has a flash, so I took some Okay. Look at that. Spoons, a fork, guess these were for digging the tunnel. That aside, are those footprints? Paw prints even, from a dog, perhaps? This is a vital piece of evidence. However, it begs something of a question. It does? Mr. Carcerato has certainly been making use of this tunnel, which means... Detective, we need to find out where Mr. Carcerato is immediately. If my suspicions are correct... Ah, nuts! The guards were alerted and they began searching for Mr. Carcerato right away, but after a thorough investigation of both the prison and the detention center, he was nowhere to be found. That's where that the missing guard uniform is. Well, have the police been notified? Yes, ma'am. We just finished, liaising with them. They set up a cordon around the entire facility. Good. Sigh. The first blemish on a prison's spotless reputation is always the ugliest. It won't happen again, ma'am. A rather different warden Lagarde than the one we've seen so far. Mr. Edgeworth, was it? I really can't thank you enough for finding that tunnel, darling. Sadly, it may have been a little too late. It seems he might have already left the building. I'd say that's unlikely, Warden. After all, there's a security gate at the exit to the detention center. You're not suggesting he simply walked through it. What's to say there was only one tunnel, sweetie? I suppose that's true. Well, whatever the case, this is no time to be standing around chit-chatting. Mr. Edgeworth, would you mind continuing with your investigation? It would be my pleasure. And you three can get back to your posts. Yes, ma'am. Detective, the results of the blood test just came back from the lab. Thanks, pal. Let's see what they have to tell us about the blood found in Knight's cell. What does it say, Mr. Edgeworth? They've identified the blood, and it's Knight's. Nice job, everybody. Teamwork makes the dream work. We've got Knight's blood in his holding cell, a tunnel a dog clearly went through, and security footage showing Knight being attacked by the dog in his cell. Case closed. We have all the evidence we need. Let's see what Mr. Canis has to say for himself. Canis? Oh, darlings, are you sure? Do be careful around him, won't you? He's as well connected on the outside as he is in here. I suppose he would have to be, how else would the so-called fixer stay in business? The police have been trying to track down his accomplices for the longest time. Even I've had to lend them a hand myself, you know? So that's what this is all about. You still not talking, ma'am? Even with all the evidence you borrowed from the precinct? No, and I've tried so many times, I've lost count. What am I supposed to do? I can't send in a blank report. I guess a killer for hire was always going to be a tough nut to crack. You borrowed evidence from the police to help with your investigation, is that correct? Well, yes, sweetie. Everything related to Canis is with me now. Heaven knows how many times I've hauled the secretive scoundrel into my office to talk to me. But no matter what I say or how much evidence I present him, he simply won't say a word. A prison warden conducting interrogations herself, that's irregular to say the least. Let your guard down and he'll devour you whole. Be careful, darlings. You have been warned. Wowee, here I thought things couldn't get any spicier. Bring the riot shield. The hell are you two doing here? Judge Gavel, I didn't expect to find you here. We have been conducting inquiries, which, given that we are in charge of the investigation, is hardly strange. What is strange is that you are still here, Mr. Edgeworth. I gave you a warning, did I not? I told you that your badge would be at risk should our paths cross again, and yet here you are. I'm sorry that you thought that I might be so easily discouraged, Your Honor, but I am not about to let the truth slip from my grasp, no matter what you or the committee might say. I'm here to present a certain someone with evidence that you yourself should have uncovered. Hehehe. You have more business with me, I take it, Mr. Edgeworth? I do. I promised I'd be back to prove that you were the killer, and here I am. This should be amusing. Very well, whenever you are ready.
Objection!
Not so fast. We have some truths of our own to share, first-rate deductions, in fact. Indeed, we are now more certain than ever that Simeon Saint was the murderer, and that only he could have moved Mr. Knight from his holding cell to the prison proper. We shall prove this to you beyond a shadow of a doubt. But first, a question. Are you quite determined to continue this course, Mr. Edgeworth? Should you fail to rebuke our deductions, there will be no going back. Your very career hangs in the balance. What? You mean you'll take his badge if you don't like how this goes? That's intimidation. Not at all. If anything, I am showing him mercy. This is not Mr. Edgeworth's case. It never was. And I am under no obligation to hear him out. If he is prepared to accept the potential ramifications of his actions, I will allow him one last chance. Well, are you truly willing to take the risk? To put your beloved badge on the line? Mr. Edgeworth! Sir! I accept your terms. I am confident of my reasoning, and what's more, I am representing the firm of Edgeworth & Co., and I do not intend to besmirch its name. My duty will be done, and I will not be intimidated. Very well, let us see whether you are brave or simply reckless. By the power vested in me by the almighty goddess of justice, let this judgment commence. Eustace, if you will allow me. Heh, fine by me. He's all yours, Gavel. How Knight wound up in the prison cell. Next time. Dun 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 dun. I will be kind of sad if she's like, we know about the tunnel and the dog and something. So what do you have? Oh shit. She's gonna 8-mile me. She's gonna say everything I have on her. Well, with that, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.